I took every drug known to man at the same time to stimulate every corner of my brain. And this was the result.
What's up, nerds? It is I, your brother Jay, the Bishop of Bullmoose, the movie monk, welcoming you to the movie mass. How's everybody doing? Welcome to March, bitches. It is that time of the month. It's the early part of March where I like to show everybody what I got in the previous month. It's the one video every month that I will indulge in my consumerist tendencies. Here's what I did in February. And I gotta say, February was a very successful month. I really didn't buy very much at all. This is like 2 days worth of stuff for me. So this is gonna be a shorter video as well. I started the month making a sacrifice. I made it for you people. I made it for us, for all of us. You know, when you buy something, it winds up getting released on an upgraded format. Well, I did that. I went and bought 2 movies that are locked on DVD. And I can't believe it. I can't believe that these films have never even gotten at least a Blu-ray release. It seems like a no-brainer, but these are 2 films that are locked on DVD. It's a damn shame. One of them is with, at least one of them is with Disney. TriStar, that's with Columbia, right? I don't fucking know. One of them might be with Sony. One of them's definitely with Disney because it's Touchstone. But I bought both of these. The nice thing about buying a movie that's locked on DVD is you can get the DVD for like, I don't know, $8 at Bullmoose. And that's exactly what I did with the first one here, Loverboy. I got to peel this sticker off. You can't see the title. The Bullmoose stickers are, fortunately, quite easy to peel off. I don't know if you've ever ordered anything or bought anything at Bullmoose before, but I can confidently say that the stickers peel off quite easily. So I got Loverboy. This film was directed by Joan Micklin Silver. This is the same lady that directed Crossing Delancey, which got put out by Criterion recently. So why the hell can't we get a Loverboy Criterion? Huh? What do you think, Criterion? You too good for Patrick Dempsey here?
What the fuck?
You could put out Pee-wee, but you can't put out Loverboy?
What the fuck?
You know the people want Loverboy. They didn't want Crossing Delancey. Maybe a few of them did. But the people wanted Loverboy, okay? And you still have the chance to make it right, all right, Criterion? But the director is in the Criterion collection, so you don't look down your nose at Loverboy over here. It's a film that, you know, this film, okay, maybe not 4K. Although I know Kino would fucks with this. Kino would definitely felch this bad boy right up. And they'd put it out on 4K as well, probably. I don't know. They put Summer Rental out on Blu-ray only. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. And as you can probably imagine, the next one I got was Can't Buy Me Love for $6. What was that? Yeah, $6. Rounds to 6. Let me take that sticker off, too. I just left them on there just to prove that I did not overpay for these DVDs. Bullmoose hasn't caught on to the fact that DVD is quite a burgeoning collector's niche. They probably could double their prices on DVDs. As soon as I said it about these stickers being easy to get off, this one doesn't want to come. But probably this DVD has been sitting in that Bullmoose location since 2005. So it's probably been sitting there for a solid 20 years waiting for me to come pick it up. I cannot get this sticker off. I talked all that shit about how easy they are to get off, and look at that. Look at that. Oh, man, if this was the first time I looked like an idiot on the internet, I'd be upset right now. But since this is not by any means the first time I've looked like an idiot on the internet, and I know I'm sticking them on my, it helps me remember to throw them away. You don't throw them on the floor. It just winds up sticking to the bottom of your sock. You can't do that. You stick it right here, and then when you get up, you go put it in the trash can. Otherwise, you'd be walking around with these things stuck to the bottom of your sock. If you were like my kids, they just throw shit on the floor. That's one thing they don't prepare you for with kids. They just throw shit on the floor. I'm making idle chit-chat while I peel this sticker like I can't just edit this part out. Anyway, that's the best I can do. Look, it's mostly off. A little Goo Gone will get that last little schmutz off of there. I don't know, guys, why I said that about these things being easy to get off of there. Obviously, Can't Buy Me Love, this is with Disney. We're probably pretty fucked. We'll probably never see this one in any other future format again. Because not just because Disney is evil, which they are, it's true, but also because they got to license the Beatles, Can't Buy Me Love, one of the most popular songs of the 20th century. They got to license it. I mean, like an unknown, underheard Beatles song might cost $250,000 to $500,000 to license. What do you think it's going to cost them to license Can't Buy Me Love? How many tens of thousands of these things on Blu-ray and or 4K would they have to sell? In the age of streaming, when normies are no longer buying physical media, it's just us weirdos? Yeah, I don't see us getting Can't Buy Me Love as much as it hurts. There is an HD digital of this, so you know they've done the HD remasters, so I don't know why they can't just drop the shit on a disc, but for some reason they can't. Money can buy popularity, but it can't buy love, and apparently it's also not gonna get you the Can't Buy Me Love on 4K. That's a 4K I would suck a ding-dong for. Hopefully my purchase of these two movies will grant us some future 4K or at least Blu-ray release of these things. Did you guys know Can't Buy Me Love, the DVD, the US DVD at least, it's full screen only. Do you see that? Full screen only for the US DVD. There was no widescreen version of this. I bought this and I got in my car and I flipped it around and I thought, oh my God, it's full screen. You know, I got upset. I almost went back in and said, I can't take this as full screen. That was before I went home and did the research. There is no anamorphic widescreen version of this DVD. I mean, they haven't put this out on physical media since like 2002. I think this DVD came out in 2002, and I don't think they've fucked with it since then. So anyway, it's a shame. I hope that small sacrifice, that small $13 sacrifice I made can help to bring us at least Loverboy. I mean, Sony, come on, at least give us Loverboy. Criterion, come on, give us Loverboy. Microphone, stop fucking with me. And one of the first big ones of the year, at least in terms of like classic, you know, films that have withstood generations, maybe built reputations for themselves that are much larger than life. And we've got another one coming later this year with Gone with the Wind, but the first one we got this year was Ben-Hur. Is another one that, again, a stellar reputation is cinematic experience. And obviously you can see I haven't opened this yet, you know, cruising through a Walmart and there they had it. I thought about getting the, you know, the big chunky box that they're offering in the UK. Why do they offer those in the UK, by the way?
What the fuck?
I want to know, what the fuck did the Brits do to deserve what they get through Zavi and we get just, this is as good as it gets over here in the United States. This is it. This is as good as it gets.
What the fuck?
The big box set from the UK comes with this. It comes with the steelbook inside and a ton of other stuff and a big hard case and all this shit. I wanted to get it, but it was like $80. So I was like, oof, you know? Yeah, I want all the bells and whistles, but it's $80. And you know what they don't come with over there in the UK is the digital code. And I like the digital code, I gotta say. I know we're physical media people, we're supposed to be real like anti-streaming. I'm not anti-streaming, especially if I'm traveling. I'm not bringing my movie collection and my portable Blu-ray player with me, even though I have them. I would much rather just load the digital to Fandango at home. I've got a large collection of the digital films that I've bought. All of the non-boutiques that I have, it's a couple hundred films. When I'm traveling, it's fairly easy to find a movie that I'd like to watch. So I like the digital code. I mean, the fact that this is like $50 cheaper than the hard case, I felt like I was paying basically almost triple. I thought I was paying almost triple for like the hard case and the lobby cards, which is tough. I feel like with Arrow and Vinegar Syndrome and a few others, the limited edition, you know, there's a small premium to be paid, somewhere in the range of $5 to $15, but not 50, not triple the price of the standard. So I have heard nothing but good things. I've heard it looks beautiful, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. I think I'll probably do so a little closer to Easter. You know, being a good Catholic Buddhist and all, I'll check it out a little closer to Easter, maybe at the beginning of April. See what the kids think about it. I did hear from my buddy Brian over there at The Last Movie Standing that they actually have 2 4K discs. The movie is split across 2 discs with the intermission, which I love. I've made fun of Laserdisc and VHSs for having, you have to, Titanic VHS, you got to take out tape 1 and put in tape 2 for like The Godfather and Goodfellas. And, you know, all of the longer movies on VHS, and of course Laserdisc, pretty much every Laserdisc, you know, you had to go flip it. And I've made fun of that in the past, and I am a hypocrite. I like the idea. I don't want to like get up off my lazy ass off the couch to flip discs, but at the same time, I love like an old school intermission. I feel like longer films should have intermissions. I feel like more films should have intermissions. I feel like theaters should push movies to have more intermissions once it hits a certain runtime, because that's an opportunity for people to get up, not just to use the restroom, but people are walking past concessions to get to the bathroom. So you got to take a piss. You're in a big hurry if you know you're missing movie. I got to go. It's the middle of Avengers Endgame, but it's a 3-hour movie and there's no intermission, and I got to piss. So I'm like running out of Avengers Endgame. I'm like trying to make it to the bathroom. I've already got my fly unzipped by the time I've even hit the theater door. When I'm going down the little ramp to the bathroom, I haven't even turned into the men's room yet, and I got my dick out. I'm just kind of cupping it. I'm kind of covering it up so nobody can see the schmack, but I got it out. I got the schmack out because I'm trying to get in and piss real quick. I pissed in the sink before because there was a line. There was like several other dudes, and the thing was, what do I, you know, it's basically a urinal. It's just a little bit higher, and I can wash my hands at the same time. I can wash the tip off. But anyway, I feel like with the intermission, it's not just about peeing really fast. Now you've given people a little bit of a breather. Hey, you got 10 minutes? You can go take a dump if you wanna. Text the babysitter and see how the kids are doing. Grab another beer. That's the thing. The theaters want to sell popcorn. They want to sell Coke. They want to sell beer and wine. So why not? Give them a 10-minute intermission. Let the lushes go out and get a refill. You know? Go buy another box of Milk Duds. I don't give a shit. We need more intermissions, I feel like, at least in longer films. I mean, maybe not in a 90-minute comedy, but I don't know how you expect me to sit through 3-ass hour-long Endgame, man. Anyway, I got a couple more to show you. One of the ones I got here has got a little sticky stuff on the cover. I swear maybe that is from the Bull Moose sticker, who knows. I got Black Death. This was part of my February Black movies for Black History Month. And you know, it's Black Death, so it's got black in the name, so okay, check, Black movie. In terms of history, for the History Month though, it is set in like 1382 or some shit. This movie is set like 500 years ago, 600 years ago, so it is very historical. So I think it checks both boxes, both Black and history boxes for Black History Month. So it's Black Death, which we also know as the bubonic plague, and then also it's set in medieval Europe in the 1300s or some shit. So it's very historical. And I'm not a historical expert. Obviously, I'm kind of a retard, but it felt very realistic to me. It felt very accurate to me. It definitely felt, there were like no blue-haired lesbians in England in 1400, so they don't have any blue-haired lesbians in this movie. And I felt like, despite my deep love and affinity for blue-haired lesbians, it felt realistic at least, right? Anyway, Black Death, this turned out a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I mean, as far as Black history movies go, boom. Better than Sinners. Anyway, just getting down to the last couple, scraping the bottom of the barrel. I also got, at Bull Moose, this one I picked up used. Bull Moose, hung out at Bull Moose a lot this month. Anyway, at Bull Moose, I picked up Hero, but it's not the hero that you think or that you want. It's not the Jet Li hero, the Zhang Yimou hero. It is the Korean hero starring Takeshi Kaneshiro and Yuen Bao. From the late 90s, I believe. I can't read. I'm lucky I'm wearing my glasses. 97. So this is the pre-hero hero. It's a different hero. It looks more like a superhero hero. See, he's got like gloves on and shit. The coat kind of flows a little bit like a cape. It has a very, you know, comic book-ish slipcover art design. It looks like, you know, very graphic design. Here we've got a little bit more minimalist thing here. I like the red and black, being a UGA Bulldog and all. I definitely appreciate the red and black. This is a hero movie I have never before seen, so I got no idea what I'm going into. This is a 88 Films release, and it is a special edition. Came with a nice little booklet, and I want to say I paid like 14 bucks or 15 bucks for this. So, how do you say no? It came with the slipcover. It came with the booklet. How do you say no when it's $15 or whatever it was? I peeled the sticker off already, but I think it was about 15 bucks, give or take. So I can't say no to Hero. I'll check it out soon. I'll tell you what I think. Now, this was the real reason I went into Bull Moose that day. It wasn't actually. They had a used copy of Bullet in the Head. Already, I thought, wow, somebody must have watched it and decided they didn't like it, and they went and sold it immediately, and I was hoping it would have the slipcover. I went in, it didn't have the slipcover. I was going to add it to my Hong Kong Cinema Classics collection, and I was just hoping to get it for 20 bucks, like gently used, and have a slipcover. It didn't have a slipcover. I was like, fuck, so I can't buy it. Obviously, I'm sick in the head. I'll spend the extra $12 and get the slipcover.
What the fuck?
But I do feel like maybe there was a grander purpose for me going into the Bull Moose that day, because it was clear as I browsed through the boutique shelves that someone, or maybe even more than just one person, maybe a couple of people, had sold off their boutique collections quite recently to that Bull Moose location. I found several gems, including this one right here, the Ebola syndrome. I know nothing about this movie except my man's Brad at 4K Tent Revival has told me many times that Ebola Syndrome is a good movie and that I should watch it, although he is a sick, sick man. So I'm looking forward to this. Got this bad boy. This is, of course, an out-of-print slipcover. See that? All sorts of out-of-print. So this is an out-of-print slipcover. As you can see, it's in quite fine condition, and it only cost me 24 bucks. Suck it, eBay scalpers. Probably trying to make 50 or 60 bucks off of just this piece of cardboard right here. Anyway, I know nothing about this film. I know nothing about the Ebola syndrome. It looks sufficiently disgusting. Here, let's really see if I can get this sticker off now. Guys, I know you're like waiting to see if I'm an asshole or not. Hey, the guy said the stickers came off really easily and then he couldn't get the sticker off. Look at him. He put his foot in his mouth and he didn't even have the sense to edit it out of his video. He didn't even have to show us that part where he looked like an asshole, and he did it anyway. Who is this man? Is he a crazy genius or an idiot? Look, the sticker came right off, guys. And I'll stick it right there with the others. And again, I know nothing about this film. I've heard it's disgusting. Got a poster right here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I don't know, should I wait until Halloween time, or is this good to watch any time of year? I find that the Hong Kong shit, they don't always match up with US holidays, so I usually feel okay watching Hong Kong shit kind of whenever, except I was watching City on Fire like 3 weeks ago, and the whole end part is like all Christmas. I'm like, fuck, I didn't remember this from the 90s. It's just all Christmas, the whole end. It really kind of messed with me. It threw me a little bit at the end of City on Fire. And then you wonder why they include that detail. Like, why even bother? It has no relevance. It's not germane at all to the culmination of the plot. So it just becomes like background noise, like there's Christmas lights up and stuff like that. It's weird. And it's Hong Kong anyway. I know you guys were like a British colony for a long ass time, so you probably celebrated a few Christmases, but come on. Y'all don't give a shit about Christmas. Anyway, that's all I got. It was 2 DVDs, 2 4Ks, and 2 Blu-rays. Look at that. 2, 2, and 2. That is 6. Count slower than Conan. Anyway, 6 movies? That's like one hot afternoon for me in December or January. So I do feel like I was a good Buddhist this month. And as a result, I have gotten my unwatched pile down to less than 390 for the first time in months. I am down below 390. So we're really making a good headway into that large list of unseen movies. I'll make a video on that at some point in the future too, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this one. I'll throw my stickers away. I appreciate all these fools for being patrons. I love you people. I drink this in your honor, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, motherfuckers.
You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid, you have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.
got COVID or some shit.